Hello, thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is Karen Cesario Rizzo, and this is Lights Up with Coach Care. I'm an empath and intuitive, I'm a psychic medium, and I am a healer. All right, among other things, I'm an author, blah, 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 whatever. Let's just get started on this episode. So, this episode is part two of something I did last week called Shifting Timelines. This is part two. And as you can see on the thumbnail, this is about shifting thoughts. This is about shifting perspectives, raising your energy and vibrations, and taking inspired action. Okay, it seems really difficult, but it's really not. Because shifting timelines is just about being a better or ascended version of yourself. That's all it is. And this can come simply with age and wisdom and experience. It can come at any time. It's like a child learning to, crawl, to walk, to run. So really that's all it is. It sounds woo-woo, but it's really not. This is just part of the human experience. They always say, we are souls on a human experience. So connecting with the higher version of yourself is a privilege. And let me just say that if you're not sure of your timeline, meditation can bring you there, and you can connect with the higher version of yourself. We look into the future and we're like, one day I want to do this, and one day I want to be this, one day I want to experience this. That's all in your higher timeline, and that's called the law of attraction. And you can achieve any of that by hooking into that timeline, hooking into that higher version of yourself. I always say, I learned this a while ago, is to simply dial up. And in meditation, in thought, whatever, running, walking, meditating, lotus position, it doesn't matter, all of it. Even when you're sleeping, you can connect with that higher version of yourself. I always say it's like making a phone call. And believe me, the higher version of yourself will pick up. And that's when you start to have these visions, or, this is called manifestation. Put it out there, visualize what you want to be. Your higher version of yourself will help you get there. I hope that makes sense. So really, this is all just about how you feel and how you perceive yourself and the world around you. It's keeping the energy and the perspectives fresh and high. We always have these perspectives of something, and if that perspective doesn't seem right to you anymore, there's your clue, ding, 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 that your higher version of yourself is saying, no, we don't believe that anymore. We don't feel like that anymore. I hope that makes sense. Your dreams and desires and your wishes all perhaps used to feel out of your reach. They really are at your fingertips. And as the vibrations are matched, it will manifest. A lot of times we don't feel deserving of those dreams and desires. So that will stop the manifestation, because that's called a block. It's an obstacle. And what I do is, when I feel a block or an obstacle, I look at it like a string, and I look at that belief, what's stopping me, and I pull on the string backwards. And usually it goes back to the solar plexus, which is the midsection, and that's where a lot of the pain lies. And what's holding you back. The answer is inside. Of course, the answer is always inside. So I pull on the string and I take it backwards till I get to the root of it, and pull on the root and kind of deal with it, figure out where it came from, and then I can get rid of that block and obstacle, and then voila, the block is gone and I can move forward. I hope that makes sense. It's so of course, as I said, the inner work is the key. It's those blocks and obstacles and the low vibrational thoughts and negative, limiting beliefs. Those are all part of the process of healing. When that can keep you stuck in your old timeline, no matter what it is. If it's moving out of a situation, moving out of a job that you're not happy with, perhaps you don't look the way you want to look, and you go, this isn't me. this isn't who I am. Well, that's your higher self showing you a different version of yourself. Again, the inside always affects the outside, but it's always just the awareness, the shifting the negative thoughts to the positive, if that makes sense. So, I use pain as a propeller. We all have pain. We've all had something. We've had trauma. All of us, in one way or another, have something that hurts us. But I always use pain as a propeller. And it's good. It's good to feel the pain. It's good to be aware of it and to identify it. And instead of letting the pain hold you back, what I do is, you can kick and scream and cry for a while. And then when it's time to move on, you use that pain as a propeller, kind of to propel you forward, if that makes sense. And I feel like a lot of times we feel like we're going backwards in our lives, but backwards is a good sign as well, because backwards shows you, when you're aware of it, especially, my guides have always shown me that going backwards means it's time for the change. Okay, bear with me for a second. So what they have shown me is almost like, when you're on a swing and you have to go backwards to go forwards, right? That's where the momentum is, going backwards to go forwards. Or sometimes when you're going to jump, say like you're going to jump a big body of water, you're going to go backwards to get that momentum to be able to jump over. So I believe that going backwards gives us momentum to go forward, if that makes any sense. So sometimes the old version of us wants to bring us backward or keep us where we are because it's comfortable, and we're afraid of the new timeline. We're afraid of what's uncomfortable to us, but that's okay, because the new timeline does have scary attributes to it. It really does, because it's the unknown. But let me tell you, the universe, your guides, your higher self would never take you to somewhere where you're not going to be greeted and loved and receive what you're deserving. So even if you're afraid to take that leap, I promise you, you are going to be okay. You will land in a soft place, and that higher version of yourself will make you feel so comforted that when you get there, you'll be like, oh, now I understand all this. Now I feel comfortable, because you're more in alignment with who you are. I know this was a lot today, but I felt really guided to come on and do this video today. I was sitting on the couch a couple of days ago, and my guides push me. They literally bump me. They'll push me, they'll pull me. And this time I was sitting on the couch and I could feel somebody pushing my hand. And I was like, okay, I know what I have to do. When I was writing my books, they would do that to me. I'd be sitting and watching TV, and they would literally push me. Or sometimes literally, I'm not kidding you, they would turn the TV off because they wanted me to write. So pay attention to those signs around you and talk to your higher self. I promise you, your higher self is always there for your highest good and welcoming you into the newest version of yourself. Okay, I think we'll end it here for today. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I know I'm going to probably have a part 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. I just think this is so important. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. Go ahead, please, if you can, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really does help. And I want to remind you why this YouTube channel is called Lights Up, because we are all lights for each other. Shine your light, and the universe will bring you somebody who needs your light. Let's all light this universe up together and be the best versions of ourselves and help others do the same. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, keep those beautiful lights shining brightly, my friends. Lights up.